Okay, hello everybody. How are you? Good to be here. And today is Monday, 16th of June. Hope everyone's had a great weekend wherever you are. Apologies that it's not a Monday fun day today. Jane's got a lot on, I've got a lot on, and we decided between us it's best not to do a Monday fun day today because of just circumstances. Apologies for that. She will be back next week. Okay, so if you all came here just to see Jane, you're going to be disappointed because no Monday Fun Day. Anyway, let's just let you know, as far as the on passive ecosystem is concerned, that no new updates there, but obviously please log in on a daily basis for any updates. That's where they're going to be. Obviously, if myself, Chris, Marty, Julie, or anybody who does webinars hears anything, we will let you know as soon as possible. As always, I have been doing my very best to bring something of use or value to the table on a daily basis that might help you in you getting ready for the next phase of what we are going to hear. And today's topic is challenges. We've all got them right. Certainly in the Redfern household at the moment, there's quite a few challenges kicking about, whether they be financial, whether they be family, whether they be love, whether they be health, whether they be work, whether they be business, whether they be anything. Challenges are a normal part of life. The most important part of challenges is how you approach them. Now, what do I mean by that? I think all challenges are set before us in one way, shape, or form to stretch us in various ways, whether that be financially, whether it be emotionally, whether it be for our desires or whatever it may be. It certainly stretches things, doesn't it? And these challenges that are set before us, whether they be personal or whether they be business orientated, it is the way that you approach those challenges that give you the best outcome. Now, obviously, personal challenges are slightly different because people's challenges, some have greater challenges than other people have, but we all have them, don't we? At the moment, like I said, we've got a fair lot of challenges in our household in one way, shape, or form. And what I am looking at these challenges as at the moment is at a very positive way. And what do I mean by that? They've certainly brought into my life at the moment a different aspect that I wasn't prepared for. These challenges that I have certainly uh, made me give it a lot of attention. And I take that as a positive. Why? Because normally my attention is always towards this business on a daily basis. That's where my mind tends to go. It goes in the direction of on passive and our business on a daily basis. In fact, I go as far as to say is nighttime when I'm asleep as well. A lot of my attention goes on this business. And having the challenges I've got at the moment have certainly made me focus on different things. This is a good thing. Why? Because obviously we are in a period at the moment where things are not happening. We are waiting for our CEO. We're waiting for more information and all the rest of it. So it certainly gives me a much more clearer focus with these challenges of what I need to do in different areas. So if I'm not around for certain reasons, it's because I'm taking care of some of the challenges that have come my way over the last few weeks and months. But what I really wanted to talk to you today about is challenges within business. I mean, obviously, I've just talked about how personal challenges are very individual to all of us in our own way, and how we approach them makes a lot of difference to the outcome of those challenges. And I think that you can always take positives from every single scenario, and you can always learn from those challenges. It makes you a better person by having to face up to them and to overcome or to sort them out or whatever it may be. It will certainly make you a better person if you approach it in the right way. That's for sure. A lot of people tend to hide away from challenges. They don't like change. They don't like the norm not being there. And having challenges really does fold people over sometimes. And for me, I actually rise to challenges. I rise to that challenge that is set before me because it I can really get my teeth into it. Even though I might not be looking forward to that challenge, I know that I can really dig into it and hopefully sort that challenge out. Now, in business, there is numerous challenges. There's economic instability that is outside of a business. There's rising costs, obviously, and the need to adapt to evolve technologies and market conditions. These are all challenges that businesses face almost on a daily basis. They must also navigate challenges relating to workforce, managerial and management, compliance, of course, and secure funding. And additionally, competition and the need to build stronger customer relationships are ongoing hurdles that businesses have almost on a daily basis. So let's have a little more look at some key challenges that businesses have to overcome on their daily basis. Now, I will come round, by the way, of how this is going to appertain to our business moving forward. But let's just outline some of them. Economic instability and rising costs. Inflation. Increased costs for materials, employers' wages, and other essentials can squeeze profit margins and require businesses to carefully manage expenses while remaining competitive. Always a huge problem for a lot of businesses. I've always said um, about business. Now, or Jane and I have had several over our career. And for me, the biggest hurdle and challenge that we ever had in all businesses was actually not the selling of products and services and customers and all the rest of it. The biggest hurdle we always had was fixed costs. And the fixed costs came from those parts of inflation, the essentials that you need to run a business. And when that starts squeezing your profit margins, if you know that you can't increase at your end because of how we charge for something, then it gets squeezed at the other end. This is a challenge for a business. When I look at our business that we have got, as in on passive and what we're moving forward to, the material costs of what we have aren't going to be there. What do I mean by that? Is because majority of the stuff that we're going to have is going to be digital products and services. So there's not actually a physical product that has to be made for us to sell. It is a digital service. So those fixed costs that are related to materials aren't going to be there. Does this mean to say that in the future we will not have physical products? We've already been told that by our CEO. There will be physical products of some shape or form. And obviously that will be a challenge to them for those material costs. But we still do have employees' wages, and we still have to make sure that the margins are carefully monitored and the expenses of rents, of electricity, of other service costs are all met within the boundaries of the products and services that the company are going to be selling, for them to make profit, to pay for their part as well. We know also that our CEO wants to be able to give us, the affiliates of the new business, the biggest slice of the cake that he can legally give to us, rather than it going to him and the company. He wants to be able to give us that largest slice of the cake as possible. There's also supply chain disruptions as well. Again, this doesn't appertain so much to us because this is how a physical product is distributed either globally or through your own country. And this can lead to shortages, delays, and obviously higher costs. And businesses need to find ways to reduce their operational costs, such as regenerating contracts, exploring outsourcing, and improving efficiency to be able to step up to those challenges. Remember, I said originally, all challenges are there in front of us. It's how we approach these challenges that will make the difference of our success, whether that is personally or whether that is through business. And we really need to make sure that sometimes you have to step back and have a look at the challenge in front of you so that you can assess what needs to be worked on in what order to be able to get the best outcome out of the challenges in front of you. I certainly know that our CEO has stepped up to his challenges. And this is one of the reasons why we are where we are at the moment, is because he's accepted that he needs to address the things that are in front of him, his challenges for himself and his business. And he is certainly that person who is going to really make sure that he is up for the job, and he's going to obviously do everything within his power to get the best outcome out of those challenges in front of him. Workforce management. Okay, talented acquisitions and retention is always a huge problem in business. Finding and keeping skilled employees is a significant challenge, especially in a competitive market. Now, certainly the IT world is a competitive market. Just look at the amount of companies that are out there at the moment seeking very highly skilled individuals to join their businesses so that they've got the best skilled workers for innovative inventions and new ideas moving forward. This really is something that is a huge importance to every company. If you haven't got those correct skilled workers in the correct places they should be, doing the things that they should be on the products and services, then you are not going to get the end result. You see where I'm going a little bit with this? We've already been told that we did not have the right people in the right place within On Passive, and this is part of the reason why the products kept on being delayed. Okay, and we didn't get them in the time scale that we wanted, and we certainly didn't get a lot of them at the quality that we expected. Why? Because we didn't have what we found later on, the right skilled employees, okay, in the right places, who are there prepared for the challenge that is put before them. Why am I bringing that up? Because I firmly believe that now we have got the right people in place doing the right things for the next phase. Our CEO is very excited about who we have on board. Are we likely to know the names of these people who we have on board? No, I don't think we will. I think it is immaterial, in fact, to know who they are. It doesn't make any difference. All we need to know is that they are capable of producing what is desired by our CEO. And in turn, that means us getting the very best of those products and services, what is coming our way. Also, employee engagement, maintaining employee engagement and motivating is crucial for productivity and retention. I think our CEO did a very good job with this, by the way, in On Passive. If you remember, he really did incentivize the employees. Remember the giveaways that he had, the iPhones, the cars, the motorbikes, the bonuses, all of these things certainly were incentives for the employees to do their very best for him and the company. I don't think that that is a new challenge for our CEO, because I think he's got that one in intact. I think he knows all about that. And certainly work-life balance, he knew all about as well. If you remember, during the pandemic and after, there was definitely that work-life balance. A lot of people worked from home, a lot of, or came in when they wanted, rather than having to clock in and out on a certain basis. Also, challenges for business are technology and digital transformation. Keeping up with technology is certainly a huge challenge for nearly every business nowadays. The tech race is certainly on, and how you keep up with it now will stand you in good stead in the future. Those that can't keep up, those that aren't up for that challenge of keeping up with the tech race at the moment, will just get washed away and left behind. So, yes, it is a massive challenge, and staying current with the latest technologies and adapting to the digital trends can be challenging, particularly for small businesses. I firmly believe that part of this reset, part of the new phase that we are going for, really is going to stand us in good stead. I think we are going to be way ahead of the curve when we get going. Rather than having to try and keep up, I think we're going to be ahead of where most other companies are right now. I think this break has given us that opportunity to spring forward quite a lot and get ahead of the game. So I think that challenge will be to stay ahead rather than to catch up where other people are. Cybersecurity, obviously, massive at the moment, isn't it? Protecting your business data and systems from cyber threats is obviously a growing concern. Those of you who are in the UK at the moment, it's almost daily in the news. Marks and Spencers, for instance, got hit by a cyber attack about 2 months ago, and it took them offline for 2 months. You couldn't order anything. So a big hit to their business. This is something that you really need to look at in business now, is making sure that you have the correct protection, so that they cannot hold you to ransom using ransomware, etc. And obviously your data, which is really what they're all about and what they're after, is secure. If you remember, we talked about data and how important that was on another topic. Data is the new gold. And if you have control of people's data, and that I mean literally your name, an email, and a phone number, that is digital gold. And the more that you have, the more that you can control so many things as far as business is concerned. And the last one then in that topic is digital transformation. Migrating existing businesses processes to a digital environment can be complex and requires careful planning. I believe that that is part and parcel of what is happening right now. I believe that we are going to come more and more digital into the next phase, more automated than we were before. And I believe that is certainly something that we will see in the next phase coming up. Obviously, there is a lot of other challenges as well. Compliance, for instance, meeting regulatory requirements and ensuring compliance with various laws and standards can be a challenging and time-consuming exercise. Every country has different rules. And if you are going to be an international global company, then you have to adhere to every single law in every single country that you are operating in. This takes an awful lot of work, challenges, obviously legals, etc., to be able for you to be compliant in that country. Financial management is obviously very key to your company's existence. Poor financial management can lead to cash flow problems and negative impact on a business's ability to grow and succeed. We kind of know how that one went with on passive. Obviously, competition is a good thing. Competition increases people in business to be more competitive at the end of the day. And businesses face competition from other companies in their industries, which can lead to pressure on pricing and market strategy. Not necessarily a bad thing for the consumer, but from a business point of view, to make your profit margins, then it certainly squeezes from both ends, from the bottom end and also the top end, because of the supply chain, because of the running costs and what you can sell it for at the bottom end. It's a challenge. Obviously, customer relationships is a challenge, obviously. And the more that you get on top of how customer relationships work and the bonds between you and your customers, really will help your business and the challenge that is set in front of you. And maintaining a strong customer relationship and meeting customers' needs are essential for business growth. I think if you've got that security of regular customers repeating because of the trust that they have in you, it will certainly make your business a lot easier to develop and grow, because you've got what they call bread and butter coming in on a weekly, monthly basis. You've got people who are there on a regular basis that are prepared to pay because of the trust element that you have built with them through the customer relationships. Now, customer relationships obviously don't just rely on having somebody on a phone or in a chat area. Doing things like I'm doing right now with you in front of a screen helps customer relationships. Why? Because it puts a face, a voice behind the business of what you are part of, where you get your products and services. That is also, for me, a key part of customer relationships. Scalability and growth, obviously, are part of what a business needs to step up to the challenges. Scaling up a business and achieving sustainable growth can be challenging, requiring careful planning and resource management. Now, I personally believe that this scaling is already there in this next phase. Why? Because our CEO had told us that he's going to be telling us about one when 8 and 9 and 10 is already done. That is scaling out the business in front of what the customer is seeing. I think if we kept that going through the business model, then it will certainly be able to be in a good place for that scalability. And I think that is also part of the planning and the resource management that is going to be part of the next phase. And the last one then, I'm going to talk about business challenges, is sustainability. Integrating sustainable practices into business operations and meeting environmental and social responsibility goals is increasingly important with businesses, and adds an extra challenge to their already busy day. Now, I think for us, that is almost part of our core beliefs of what we are trying to achieve in our business. The environmental side, the humanitarian side, that is already part of our core business anyway. So I don't think that we would have to stand up or too much more to think of the challenges of the environmental sense that are put before us. I think, if anything, the challenges will be for us to spread our word of what we are trying to achieve, rather than the business for doing what they want to do within that area. But suffice to say, in business, as I said, in personal life, there is daily challenges that are set before us. And there's loads more than what I've just mentioned as far as business is concerned, and also for us individually. Our approach to those challenges really does make a difference. And if you can approach it with the right attitude, with the do it or die that our CEO has got, with the will to want to succeed in the challenges that are set before us, then you will find that not only those challenges are sorted quicker, but they are also going to be less moving forward, because you are putting yourself in a position where you're not going to shy away from any challenges in front of you. You are going to face them head on. And if you do that, then you can sort them out when they come to fruition. If you don't, guess what happens to them? They pile up. You get more and more of them, and you just get yourself more and more into a quagmire where the challenge in front of you becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. Rather than facing them as they come, that you let them mound up into something that really does make it very hard to get ahead of. Anyway, guys, I hope that has been of an interesting topic for you today. You will see me tomorrow, same time, same place. I am doing a bit of traveling on for the next 4 days, after on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it might be sporadic, but I have got my laptop with me. So I am intending to keep to my schedule, and obviously bring you some more wise words of wisdom if they come my way. That's it from me. Bye for now.